There we go.
So do you have like a set number of questions you're gonna ask me?
I usually leave it a little free form and everything. I
Okay.
like good conversation to me is like the best teacher. So
Okay.
this is Squire Lucian for my third overall interview out of 10. The way I like to start this off is give me your full title. If you want to rank, fun titles,
okay.
anything like that, you
Yeah.
can just go ahead and do it.
So I am Sir Yoji of Wargar.
Yeah.
Lancer Sergeant Wargar.
Sweet.
So, like command staff. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So I just met you, and
Yeah,
so
so-
what's your lineage? What's your house?
I'm a
and-
knight of Razame.
Okay.
Fairly old lineage, like the two lineages. There's Numenorian and there's Razame, which are like the big ones.
Cool. Cool.
So yeah, I'm in Fane. You've met my
Yeah.
you've met
Oh
my
yeah.
Squire,
I fight Fane all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of fun.
So he's Razame too, and my knight was Durgan.
Okay.
He used to be pretty prevalent in the game, but then he retired to the SCA.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was tired of swinging foam and
Yeah.
started swinging real wood at people. So.
I gotcha.
But yeah, and he was a great guy, good teacher.
That's
and
cool.
my squireship probably lasted like 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah, probably 3 years.
That's a good time. That's a good amount of time.
Yeah.
So I mean, out of your program for your squires or out of your lineage and everything, do you have any kind of like specific focus?
No, I try to make them just the best fighter that they could possibly be.
So
Like-
I mean,
like-
is it a fighting focus?
Yeah, it is fighting focused. It's also service focused.
Okay.
So like any event, you have to help with weapons check.
Yeah.
If they need help with like troll, they need help with like security camp, something
Yeah.
like that. Volunteer time, because that's really important. Like, you need to put back into the game.
Right.
Because you get a lot from it. Like,
Oh,
we
yeah.
get a lot from it, so it's really important to put back into it.
Yeah.
So-
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That's really cool, man. So do you have any specific requirements for? I mean, your focus is to make them really good fighters,
Yeah,
and you have
yeah.
service requirements. So I mean, do you have any specific tasks that really need to check off or anything?
Yeah, and each of my squires get like a little book.
Yeah.
And they just write down
Yeah.
whenever they help at an event, whatever event they go to. They also write down all the other knights and squires they talk and fight to.
Yeah.
Other knights and squires can write in their book, like write comments like, hey, he was great at etc. etc.
Cool.
Also, he has to do like service to the realm.
Okay.
So like for Rivendell, like it's the Columbus realm.
Yeah.
He built he's in the process of building 5 like loner shields, 5 loner swords, so noobs can come out and fight too.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
That sounds
stuff
really
like that. As far as the combat goes, I want him to be proficient in everything.
Okay.
Just because I feel as a knight, like you should be, like anyone should walk up to you and be like, hey, can you fight me with this? And you should be able to.
So I mean, what is that? I mean, for the to focus on. My previous interview is very, very service heavy, so I
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
looking forward to
Looking for the combat.
just a little bit. I really appreciate it. So, being like a most well-rounded, being a very well-rounded fighter, what does that bring to your knighthood? I mean, what do you feel that brings to the game, or why do you have that as a
For
requirement?
one, it brings teaching.
Yeah.
Because you're looked at as kind of a teacher. A lot
Yeah.
of people come up to you and ask, like, stop you at events. People from like across the country will stop you at an event and
Yeah.
ask you, hey, how do you fight for red, or how do you do this?
Okay.
And I feel like that's very important, like teaching all the different weapon styles. Also, I mean, a knight, you're supposed to be a badass, so
Yeah.
you should know how to use everything in your arsenal.
Okay.
So
That's pretty cool.
yeah. Also, during their squire trial, they have to match
Okay.
weapons.
Yeah.
So-
Classic Squire trial.
Yeah, classic squire trial. So he has to match whatever. If they want to fight dagger, they want to wrestle,
Oh man.
just shields, crazy stuff.
Just shields.
So, I have a
Just
bunch of
checking
crazy
each other all
stuff,
day long.
But
That's
yeah,
cool.
yeah. Also, he has to match limb damage, like if it's 1-on-1,
Yeah.
which is that's pretty classic squire stuff. So like if he takes someone's arm, he needs to match him if it's 1-on-1. Like he
Oh,
needs
that's
to make,
and then I mean this is for his nice trial, right?
this is just all the time.
All the time.
This is all the time. He has to match. So
I
like
gotcha.
if he legs someone, if it's just 1-on-1,
Yeah.
he has to drop down to a leg too
Yeah.
and fight him on fair terms.
I mean, do you chalk that up to a sense of honor and just being like completely
just
on
a
the
sense
same
of
level?
honor. It's also really great training too,
Right.
Because if you could beat someone on your legs,
Right.
like you can beat him for sure while you're standing,
Right.
So
Okay. Oh
Yeah.
man. So I mean, what do you look for in squires? That's I don't think that's a question I've really asked.
In
What do
squires?
you,
Okay,
Sure. I mean, like,
I
what do you
look
like to
for-
see in your squires really before you take them on?
Humility.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I look for humility. That's a big thing because
Yeah.
you have a lot of guys walking around. They're like, "Oh, I'm the best at this." Like,
I shared a meme on Facebook, and it was you know, the Willy Wonka. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me again how hard you hit. You
yeah,
know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I knocked this guy over,
Yeah.
which is cool. I mean, it's but
Yeah.
humility, dedication to the game.
Yeah.
Obviously skill. Like I do because it's a really combat-oriented knighthood. So like I look for like,
Yeah.
are you gonna be a good fighter?
Has a good,
you know?
great ability already.
Yeah, it's already great ability. Like Thane is already a fantastic fighter. So
Pretty damn good. Yeah. I love fighting him.
yeah. I mean, there's not much more left for me to teach him, like as far as like sword and board and stuff.
Sure. Sure.
Yeah, dedication to the game, willingness to help. You know, just all around good personality.
So, I mean, we talked about service and good combat. Is there anything else that you really feel like identifies or some things that you look in fellow knights, like when you earn that title? I mean, is there really a standard of character that you look for?
Yeah, like just like I touched on being a teacher.
Sure.
Like just being a good example, a good ambassador of the game.
What I've gotten so far from talking from a lot of people, it's like earning a title of knight is really like the best example that you should run into, like at events and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. You should be the shining example of what it is, like on the field, off the field. You should be the guy that like people come to, you know.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah,
I
just
really
being a
like
teacher.
that. That sounds great. So, I mean, as far as off the field, what is it that you look for? How do you really identify honor off the field?
Just kind of like service type things, like
Yeah.
like oh, my tent blew away, you know,
Oh,
and
yeah.
someone runs over to help, you know, stuff like that, like just willing to help.
Is it? I mean, your place in sort of like the support of the community.
Yeah,
Is really strong.
yeah, just supporting the dad community, you know, making sure everyone feels welcome too. That's a big thing because
Yeah.
this a lot of people come into this game, you know, and they're not the most like socially
Inept,
outgoing
yeah.
people, and they run into situations where they don't know how to talk to people and stuff, and it's
Yeah.
like just making sure everyone feels welcome, you know, making sure like, hey, you're new, but you still have a place here.
That
Like,
sounds really good.
so,
Oh, man.
yeah.
So, I'm trying to think of. Do you? I mean, for your training program and whatnot, service, you fighting, you know, you have standards. Is it more loosely based on I'm watching you and kind of guiding you along on this path, or do you have very kind of defined tasks, specific ones that you designed and
No,
gave?
no,
Yeah.
it's just kind of like a guide on their path, and I just
Yeah.
kind of like that's the learning process. I want to see what they're going to do. Like when I say service to the realm, like what are they going to do? Are they going?
How do they personally interpret
like,
what
are they
that
going to help
means?
run an event? Are they going to donate like some of their time? Are they going to make like Fane's making weapons? Like,
Sure.
So just see how they do that.
What's your thoughts on really trying to make them branch out of their comfort zone?
I like to,
Yeah.
especially we'll go back to combat.
Okay.
Like Fane is not a very good wrestler.
Yeah.
And anytime there's a wrestling tournament,
Yeah.
I always bug him. I'm like, hey, go.
You should go wrestle
You should
people.
go wrestle at this, and he always does, of course.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that takes him out of his comfort zone because he does not like to. He is, yeah.
What do you? I mean, as far as the kind of end result of that, what are you kind of hoping for by doing that?
I'm really hoping just to represent the house well. You know, like Razame, like. When you see a Razame at night, you know, hey, that's a really good fighter on the field.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna engage that guy, you
Right.
know something.
Yeah.
Someone's
Take
gonna
it
leave without
seriously,
limbs.
right.
Like, also, that he's a person you can count on. If you need help with weapons check, that's a guy you can count on. You need
Yeah.
help running something, that's a guy you can count on.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So overall, what really does? Oh man, I'm trying to think of the right words.
It's fine.
Yeah. So what really does like the word and concept of honor and knighthood overall really kind of mean in your life?
It's something you kind of take off the field too.
Yeah.
Like it's a learning experience, you know. It's like everything in your life. Like yeah, we come out here and pretend
Yeah.
to be like honorable knights and stuff like that. But I feel like it's kind of like it builds character, you know. Like
Sure.
helping out, like doing charity work and
Yeah.
you know helping out in a community, you know, it builds character. And
Builds a lot of character.
yeah, so I mean, it carries over into your everyday life, like your mundane life too. You just
Yeah. So, I mean, why did you originally want to squire? Why did you want to be a knight?
mine's kind of funny. I actually kind of got drafted into it. Like,
Really?
yeah, he kept bugging me. He's like, "Hey, you're a really good fighter. You should be my squire." Like,
Oh, yeah?
and yeah, so I kind of just fell into it,
Okay.
and then yeah, I just went from there. Like,
I mean, do you enjoy it? Do you really feel like you gained a lot from it?
yeah, no, I feel like I gained a lot from it. I got to meet a lot of cool people doing
Yeah.
it too, because you get to meet other like knights,
Yeah.
you get to meet other squires,
Oh, yeah.
like big names in the game. So yeah, I feel like it was a really good experience. Like, plus, he was kind of like my mentor in DAG, so it made me the fighter and like the persona I am.
That sounds
today.
good.
So
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
yeah.
So, I mean, what is one of beyond maybe knighthood, being just kind of like in the community in the game? What is it that's like one of your favorite things to see?
To see,
Yeah.
I love seeing just great honor on the battlefield. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Like, and just people having fun on the field, like being goofy.
Yeah.
Like you get pierced in both limbs.
Yeah.
It's kind of like run around a little bit. You know, it's fun. It's a game.
Yeah.
I mean, we do take it seriously, but when it comes down to it, we're out here to have fun.
Right.
So like when someone gets pierced in all limbs or something, or
Yeah.
good honor. So like if someone like bashes over like a little girl or something, and it's, forgive me if that's sexist, but like
Oh, yeah.
someone bashes someone over and
Yeah.
she got the wind knocked out of her, you know,
Right.
helping her up, like just
Oh,
someone
yeah.
just grabbing her and be like, hey, or even a guy like he gets hit in the face, just
Yeah, I always really kind of like you said, really as a knight and doing your service, like giving back to a community. I always kind of liked that aspect of it, where I wanted to pursue a path where I felt like I was not only going to just learn a whole bunch of things, but I would be able to kind of a community that I feel like I gained so much from, that hopefully I could one day kind of do the same thing. I mean, do you kind of get those same kind of feelings for?
yeah, no, definitely.
Definitely,
Yeah,
yeah.
I can share the sentiment with that. Like,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
That sounds really great. So, do you have like a time requirement on your Squire program?
No,
Do you have a
no?
restriction?
There's no strict requirement. No, I'd say no less than a year.
Yeah.
No, definitely no less than a year. I mean,
Yeah.
if they're just like blowing it out of the water.
Yeah.
Like Fane's been a squire for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Just as long as you're meeting all like the requirements in the book. And,
Sure.
Like, just as long as you got enough events down. And
How often do you check his book?
I check it once every couple events. I'll just be
Yeah.
like, hey, let me see your book. Let me.
That sounds good.
And he shows it to me too. He's like,
Yeah.
hey, look at look at all these events I've been to.
Yeah, I've run into stories of squires who felt that they were, you know, their idea of the mentorship, the idea of that kind of one-on-one relationship. I mean, give me your thoughts on that. The examples I'm thinking of were not almost not as attentive as the squire was kind of hoping for. Maybe much more personal kind of attention and
Yeah.
discussion and stuff like. What are your thoughts on that?
That's a hard topic.
Yeah.
Because geographically, that's a big thing.
Yeah.
Because like your knight could be from like another state, so it's
Yeah.
hard to keep in touch.
I have to drive over an hour to go see
Yeah,
Timorn, you know.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like with Fane, like I just try to stay in touch like over Facebook. You know, every
Yeah.
once in a while, I'll just ask him how he's doing. Like,
Yeah.
And I do try to be like me and him are friends. Like
Yeah.
when it comes down to it, we're friends.
Yeah.
So
That's
and
good.
we've known each other a while in the game, and like I do feel like that's important. Like
Yeah.
to build a relationship. You know.
That sounds cool.
So.
Yeah, have you ever been, maybe not with Fane, but have you ever actually like kind of been upset with a squire for something conduct?
No, I can't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can't ever say I have.
Yeah?
So, yeah.
Okay.
Not really.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's something you don't really need? You shouldn't have to worry about if you
Yeah,
chose them as a squire.
If you pick them as a squire, yeah. If you think they're good enough to be a squire, you shouldn't have to worry about like
Yeah.
reining them in.
I don't mean to be rude. We're gonna go do the tournament. So.
Okay. You want to wrap this up?
Oh yeah, I think
okay,
that's
cool.
just about as much as I got.
Okay. Sorry.
Just in a minute. You're done.
All right. I'll be over there.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I appreciate your time
Yeah,
and
well, I'm
your
gonna
thoughts
go
and stuff.
Do this tournament stuff. So.
Thank you very
Oh,
much.
it's no
I
problem.
appreciate it.